Well, we've been doing some polishing. A whole bunch of it. Whole bunch of polishing. My good buddy from down at Transpec, Jason Hicks, he come out and gave me a little schooling. Helped out a lot. Got that wheel looking good, didn't we? I spent all kinds of money on wires. Spent all kinds of money on that. On these polishing foam pads. These bonnet things. Bought another polisher. I mean, all kinds. Now this is polished with that Meguiar's. You can see it's clean. I mean, it's clean, but it's not really shiny, right? Obviously. This is polished with the original. You cannot beat Mother's, I think. So, did I polish these over here with Mother's? Look at the difference in them. I don't know if you guys remember any other videos what those looked like, but they were nowhere near that. I mean, those are clean and polished, pretty good. I didn't polish this with Mother's. I just cleaned it up real good. I mean, it looks at them spots where they had bolted something in. I haven't figured out what to do with that yet. These two here, I could drill out and put bolts and washers on them and you never see it. This here, I could probably take my little die grinder and I guess I'll just take my little die grinder, and kind of just go over that. That's really going to be hard to do anything with. And that's the reason why I didn't want to polish so much, is because, you know, I polish this up, make this thing look like brand new, then the little spots that you can't get to, you're not going to be able to, and it's going to look like crap. It's going to stick out. So, and then of course all this gets covered up. You'll never even see that. But I'm thinking I'm going to try to, I need to try to clean this stuff up. I'm just going to probably take my little die grinder and reach in there and just kind of buzz that stuff around, because, man, I don't know. The weather looks like absolute garbage for the week coming up. I posted a picture of me putting the flames on Facebook, and everybody was hitting at me and said I put my letters on backwards. I don't know if it's coming up in the camera now backwards or not, but it wasn't really backwards. They're not really backwards. You can't put them on backwards. All the letters are one piece. And I think some people were just saying it for a joke, but I think there was somebody on there that was being serious, acting like I really put it on backwards. That's all right. Finished last night. Just kind of put a little bit of paint here and there on this, kind of dressing that up, getting it ready, because the next big step is putting the headache rack on. As far as reassembly, I got to take these steps off and needle scale them down and fix that rust there. And I think I'm just gonna probably just repaint this black just to match this, because I mean that's aluminum, but I ain't stripping all that paint off. I really think I need to do something with them. I think I need to take those off and paint those black and then put them back on. It wouldn't hurt. I don't know how all this stuff escaped my vision, but like this thing here needs painted black. Take that off and polish that. I'm not really looking forward to that one either. And I'm gonna polish this front bumper with some others. The wheels look good. I'll get the back ones done. But what's on the task this morning? I couldn't get the buffer in there real good. I wasn't gonna worry about it. Then I was like, no, that's gonna look like poop on a white duck. So I took them steps off just so I could get in there and polish that up better. And I noticed we had a little bit of rustage, like only one side holding rustage. So at first I'm thinking I'll just go get a step off of my buddy Hicks, Jason Hicks. Then I was thinking, I was like, man, I hate to do that. Because for one, that's going to be a bear to take off. Because then the air tank is bolted to the back of the step. So, and the back of the step hanger don't look bad. I think all that's still good. It's all good up to right there. So, I'm pretty sure I got some quarter-inch steel plate, quarter-inch flat bar, and it's relatively easy to bend without heat. With heat, you can tie it in a knot. So I think we ought to just repair that step. Let's just bend us a couple pieces of steel, weld us a couple pieces of steel in there. You know, it's a diesel tank. We're not going to be blowing each other up with gasoline or anything. So I think that's what we're going to do. So basically, that's what we're fixing to do today. Let's get this step hanger, fuel tank hanger, whatever, repaired. And then we'll go back to polishing this fuel tank and a couple other things. So let's get at it. Have you ever been trying to fix something and break something else? Or if you be fixing something and find something else? Well, that's what happened. So what we were trying to do, now you can see really how bad it is. See how bent? It broke loose finally back there. It's all rotted out. So we're just gonna fix this step. Well, it all started out by polishing it. We couldn't get to polish it, so we took the steps off. We discovered this rotten spot. So I'm needle scaling this down so I can see what good metal I have to work with and what I don't, whether or not I can save it, or if I'm just gonna have to get me another fuel tank bracket, you know, whatever. And as I'm needle scaling it, I noticed moisture. And it ain't been outside being rained on. So, under further observations, we have ourselves a fuel leak. So, I got to looking and pulled that rubber apart, and what had happened, the step had rotted out, sharp edge of the metal, rubbed a hole in the fuel tank. So, we got to figure out what we're going to do. So I got all the straps loose off of it. I got all the straps off. They're over there laying. And I got the fuel line clamps. That's these things here. I got them things took loose. So we're ready to take this tank out. Well, I'm sitting here thinking, I'm like, well, what? If we take the fuel tank off, it ain't going nowhere, right? If it ain't going to go nowhere, we can't do anything else to it if we get to a point. So what we need to do, we need to take this thing outside and wash it. I want to wash the whole truck. Not really scrub on. I think I'm just going to I'm just going to kind of just wash the truck. And before I do that, I might try to polish that bumper one more time because I'm going to throw stuff all over when I'm polishing that bumper. But and the reason why I want to wash it because I want to get it in here and I want to put a good coat of wax on it. Well, in order to put a good coat of wax and not be stirring any dust up, we need to be able to kind of clean the garage up. So we got the fuel tank took loose. The only thing we got left to do is pop the lines off, and then we can pull the tank off. And then we can get in there and see if we're going to fix that or if we're going to put another one on it. And while we're doing all that, before we do all that, we're going to put a good coat of wax on the truck. So, I guess what we got to do, we got to polish the front bumper, and then go around the truck, pick everything up, move all this bull mess garbage out of the way so we can pull this truck straight forward out the door, wash it, clean the garage out, and then we'll bring the truck back in. In fact, I'll probably actually wash it, back the truck all the way back through, take it out that door, let's clean the garage out and then bring it back in, because after today, it's going to be down in the 40s, 30s, and then even the teens. So if we're going to do any kind of washing or any kind of outside stuff, we better get it done today, because it ain't going to get no better. So anyway, fix one thing, break another. Okay, folks, we are taking loose our fuel lines. We got our tank. We got our tank pretty much the visual part of it's polished. Of course, I will probably go ahead and pressure wash this while I've got it off, because it's pretty nasty looking. Everything else is polished. So, I mean, it's not what some would consider polished, because some people like the mirror finish, and I do too, but I ain't got time to sand that thing down and all. I mean, I got time, but I ain't going to, because then everything else is going to look like crap. But the polisher, again, though, brake cleaner is kind of hard on the finish, ain't it? I got this one here loose. I'm pretty sure that's a return. I got it loose and got it capped off on both ends. I'll get ready to take this side loose and cap it off. And then it's still got some fuel in it, so we're gonna have to get it out of there without hitting and banging and tearing everything up. Then we're gonna flip it up on his end, clean him up real good, and get him ready for that fuel tank repair. And then I gotta go down and get with Jason Hicks here in a little bit and go get us a tank saddle or a tank mount. So let's get this line off. Went ahead and I cleaned everything up with that brake cleaner real good. I'm getting ready to make a mess, if I was going to guess. Really like to have a cap. I'm trying to study that to see. I'll go ahead and put that there. Maybe I can slow it down some. I really need to put that on a cap. I was trying to see about what size cap I think I'm going to need. I'll go ahead and get something. Alright. I've got a couple different sizes. It may not even look like we're even gonna get anything pouring out, so that's good. Typically, that fits kind of loose, but it would work. Let's see if this one fits any better. Yeah, and there fits pretty loose, but that in there is actually, well, I mean, I could probably get by without that. I just don't like fuel lines open. I'm just scared to death that bumblebee come through her and decide, hey, I think I want to hibernate. Right there. Never mind that smell. That won't hurt. I just see. Forecast that. That's my luck. Whenever I get hydraulic lines, I keep every little cover. You see that? I mean, well, you probably can't see it. Well, that in there done fell off. I keep every cover because you get into a scenario just like that right there. Now we got covers on both of them. We're gonna put us a little bit of security tape on it, even though the other one fell off. We'll put us a little security tape on it there to keep that from slipping off. And we're gonna move on to the next step. Now everything's capped, everything's clean, everything's gonna stay clean as long as the cap stay on. Alright, Sputter, this thing is about the handiest tool I ever bought. I mean, I knew it was going to be handy. To be honest, I just didn't think I'd use it as much as I do. I use it all the time. And most of the reason, most of why it's so handy is because, it's like right now, I'm out here by myself. I'm always out here by myself, usually. And I can do just about everything on my own. I really want that choke. It's tight, so it'll choke. Shorten that up in it. Probably better just leave it like it is. But I'm always out here by myself usually. And this allows me to be self-sufficient. Kind of recessed in. Nice little room, ain't it? Picking it up there. That's what I like about this chain hoist here. You can actually feel really good with it. Barely hanging on it. I'm trying to put this jag up underneath. See if it's hard to back something up the frame. Jacks underneath it. this all the way up against my side of the truck and spin him around. I think we set him down right there. We can probably wool with it. Let's go get us a couple of 6x6 blocks. Okay, so we located our leak for sure. It was in this big pit right there. And this up in here is just ready to start leaking. So I just grinded and cleaned all of it up. And I'm gonna patch. This is, our leak now, and this is gonna be our future leaks. So I went ahead, I'm gonna cleaned up both areas, so that's ready to patch as far as I know. It's good and clean. This up in through here don't look too good, but I don't think we don't have to worry too much. There's a few pits here and there, but I'm pretty confident that this is going to be okay. And I checked the other side. The other side don't look nearly as bad, and it looks like it's in good shape. I have no idea why. I guess the tires or something must have been throwing slop and slime and salt up on here, all them years. Try to get all that fuel cleaned up. Keep it all good and cleaned up there. Them pads is awesome. If y'all, I get these from John Deere, but you can just throw them things down on there and step on them with your hand, your foot, and it'll just soak that stuff right up. Which Brandon Smith with Finish Line Concrete poured my floor, and he sealed my floor, and that's what he said. It's very important to seal your floor so that it's easy for you to clean this mess up. So we got to get these two bolts off, and we desperately need to get them off without breaking them. So I need to get all of our fuel kind of cleaned up, because I'm going to probably have to heat those two up with the torch a little bit to get them to come loose without breaking. Because I don't want to have to buy, I don't even know where I'd even get them at. I'd probably have to go somewhere and get them. I don't even know where you'd even get them. I guess probably have to go down to Webb's Trucking and get him to make you a couple, I guess. I don't really know. So we're gonna get these bolts. We gotta get them 4 bolts out. Let's get this thing off here. She ate up pretty good, ain't she? Like I said, the other one looks good. I'm just gonna needle scale it and shoot it with some primer. Shoot it with a little bit of Rust-Oleum. Our exhaust bracket up there, I'm just gonna kind of clean them jagged edges up. I was gonna weld another piece in there, but I think it'll last as long as the rest of it will, so I'll probably just kind of clean those jagged edges up on that and leave it be. So, I'm just trying to get her back together. Then we gotta go down and see Jason there about lunchtime, so we'll go down and get him and run down and get our other bracket, the bracket we need. I'm gonna probably spray some black on those. That white just sticks out too bad. So, all right, that's what we got. Okay, we got the tank off, got it cleaned up. Got this old rotted out tank hanger bracket. It's using pretty good shape. This one over here is actually good. I primered it up. I needle scaled it down and primered it up top and bottom. We cleaned up this exhaust bracket. I grinded him off, cut off all that rotten, and grind him back, cleaned him up a little bit. Throwed some primer on it, throwed some primer back yonder where there were some spots that didn't look too good. Cleaned up a little bit of rust that was on that tank. It wasn't much. Tanks are in good shape. So, ended up breaking off this one end on here, but I swear I think I can make that work. I tried to test fit it back, but I couldn't. It was becoming a pain. I'm going to probably put a strap or a jack underneath that and square it all back up. But I think I can make that work because there was quite a bit of thread left on that one side, so I think I can make it work. We'll find something to thread on it and be done. That's all ready. That's done. The tank's ready to patch. I'm gonna call and see. Jason can tell me what it was he bought at Napa to fix them with. Then I will probably run on out to Napa and get it. That way I can go ahead and get that patched. And it could be curing throughout the day. And then I got to go down to Jason's and get this. So yeah, I mean we're doing all right. I'm gonna try to get that there needs to be ready. I didn't want to put it on there until I got this tank and everything back on. The reason being is that's just less we got to work around. That way we can get all in that area right there and get all that done. So then we got to polish the back wheels. And I got to polish them and then put the mud flaps in them. And I'll probably go ahead and hit those steps just a little bit. Plenty to do, still got plenty to do. Well, we're about to see just how good this stuff is. It's messy, I got it all over my fingers and everything, but I got it on there. I put two, $30-some, and $16, $17 each, and I bought two of them, put two of them on there. This was actually where it was leaking at. This was a pretty good sized little pinhole I think was getting ready to pop. And then this was a pretty rough area too, so I went ahead and used it all up. But I think I got it all on there. Takes like 4 hours for that stuff to cure, which will work out good because we got to go get that bracket anyway. So it looks like it's staying on there. There's some little pieces of fiberglass mat. I think I still got that piece of fiberglass in here. Yeah, here it is. So what you do is you put some of that, you put a layer of that black goo on there, that resin, and then you put that on it, then you tap it in, and then you put another layer on top of that. And it's supposed to be pretty good stuff. I'll have to clean up edges here and there. I think I can just take a grinder and just kind of touch that up, knock that loose, and then repolish what I messed up. There's a pretty good little line right here that I'll probably have to do a little something with. You can kind of see my patch starting to come out, but I'd say that stuff's already pretty gooey. Probably better not mess with it. This wasn't where it was leaking at anyway. It was leaking right here, and then like I said, this one right here is where she's getting ready to pop. This one's just superficial. I'm just trying to keep from having to fix it later. All about the budgets, people. All about the budgets. We'll put a tank on it later. This will get us by for a while, and we'll let him go. And that strap will hide all that. That goes around the tank. You'll never even know that was even in there. It'll hide every bit of it. So that'll clean up. It's not my particular the way I wanted to fix it, but that's the way it's going to get fixed. My brother welds aluminum. He's really a good welder, but he has been a little sick, so we didn't want to mess with him, bother him. All right, let's go take that rotted out thing, go get us a bracket. Well, Jason didn't know exactly what I was asking for, so when I got down there, I surprised him. So here we are. We're gonna have to fix what we got, because he didn't have one. And I didn't really feel like going up to Rick's up Sissonsville and buying one. So we're gonna fix this one. Simple enough, right? All right, let's get at it. Well, it's not the prettiest patch job in the world, but it'll work. A couple pieces of 1/4 inch thick flat bar, top and bottom. Piece of flat bar right there to fix that bridge, and then I put me a little truss in there. Top side looks pretty decent. It's all covered up. That's what you'd be looking at if you're looking up underneath the truck looking at it. Pretty good beads right there. I took a torch, heated that flat bar up, and beat the poop out of it with a hammer and bent him up there where she's supposed to be. And welded him up pretty solid. I may have to touch up on the inside. I was kind of out of position when I welded the inside up, but I really think it'll last him for a long time. I could have put flat bar all the way up, but I didn't really want to. I didn't really think it needed it. I mean, I guess that'll last as long as the rest of it. It's got a little rust hole starting right there, but I really think it'll last for a while. I mean, I really do. It's going to got a lot more rot, and it's going to rot a lot more to get that to fall off. I think we'll be fine. I think we ought to just needle scale it down there a little bit. Let's clean up our mess on our table and stuff and get back to work. Okay. We got that back on. I stuck him on there and then I primered it. Ended up having to, I got my thread tap and die set out and rethreaded these. This one I didn't have to, I just cleaned it up, rethreaded that one. There's no nut on it. Everything's tacked up, everything's tightened up, everything's good. I had to tweak that a little bit. Put a jack underneath it and hit it with the hammer a half dozen times, got it straightened up. So I guess now we need to drag that headache rack around here and finish it up. It's the KD Light Bar Rack Edition. This thing will light up the way to get that hoe on the troller where she belongs and get her back home or to the next job. Made in 3 editions: highly polished, no polished, or the KD running out of money because I don't want to spend more money polishing this unit version. Got the side lights so you can see what's coming around the corner. Got the lights for the back so you can see what's back there. You tired of loading your hoe in the dark? Tell the bartender to turn the lights on. You tired of loading your hoe in the dark on the trailer? You need to get you one of these. It's the KD Light Bar Rack Edition. This thing will light up the way to get that hoe on the troller where she belongs and get her back home or to the next job. Made in 3 editions: highly polished, no polished, or the KD running out of money because I don't want to spend more money polishing this unit version. Got the side lights so you can see what's coming around the corner. Got the lights for the back so you can see what's back there. This is what's painful. You gotta polish, you're polishing something like that right there. That's what it looks like after I've been working on it. This is what it looks like before I work on it. There you go, Goober. Throw it out on the ground. I mean, I could spend hours. I cleaned this up a little bit. I don't know, I don't have any before pictures of it. Cleaned that up a little bit. Epoxy's almost, it's a little tacky up here, it's a little thick up there. I'm not gonna try it till in the morning. Kind of cleaned this here up, cleaned that one up. You can see that one there, and there's got a little bit of shine to it. Painted them goofy white fenders, or mud flaps. She's coming along. Got all that mounted up. Remember our get out of my way, look at me light bar goes up on top. It's down there at the house. They come in today. The side lights mounted. Polished a little bit on the sides, and then up here I polished that a little bit more. Just kind of brightened it up some. I think she's looking pretty good. All right, let's get this other one let's get this one finished up and get this other one done. I'm going home. I'm tired. I've had enough.